in the entire NBA? Well, I'm glad Alvin Williams is just walking onto the set so I can ask him, because this is not a question I can just answer by myself. Alvin Williams, who sprinted over here.
You can tell he ran over here.
Mike, can we get a towel for Alvin? This guy here, grab this shirt. It's fine. You can just use this. Yeah. How you doing, man?
I'm better now.
You booked it.
Oh, my goodness.
There is sweat glistening from.
The guy stopped me and said, I noticed you have a limp. Yeah, I got a limp. I just ran 2 blocks.
We're literally handing Kleenex to Alvin Williams. He's been kind of. We're not worth it, man. Don't ever do that again. We're not. You're going to hurt yourself. My God.
I feel like the Gatorade guy on an NFL sideline. It comes over.
We are not worth
sprays
it.
water and dabs them out.
I feel like it.
Man.
I'm sorry.
Right?
Oh, this is mine?
No. Well, what do you think of the replica ring? This is. It
Are you
work
good
for
with
me.
it?
Yeah.
I just got a text. Somebody offered me $100 for it. It's not mine, and $100 wouldn't do it if it was. Let me tell you something. Alvin, it's great to see you. Forgive me. Let me adjust your mic.
Yep.
We're here live on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, and Sportsnet, coast to coast. You have a lot of emotions when it comes to this franchise, and we've done a lot of shows together. We know your place in Raptors history. You're one of the most beloved Raptors ever. And you're also a fan. When you see that take place tonight, can you anticipate what the emotions will be for you?
Me, I guess accomplishment, right? It's like you want to pay – all the dues have been paid, right? You win a championship. I have nothing to do with it, right? But just my history and just being a part of it and knowing the fan base and knowing everything that this country and this city has been through and this organization, it's just something you feel relieved. You feel like you really accomplished the goal. And when you're an athlete, a lot of times you come into this thing for the love of it, and then you start setting goals. You start setting things that you want to accomplish. And this is the top of it. So it's just something that I'm really excited to see.
What do you think the athletes that are down in the bowels of the arena we're out in front of right now are going through right now?
Oh, they're hyped.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess it can remind me of, in college, the Midnight Madness. Like, right. You just wait for this one day. All summer, you're waiting. When you were getting recruited as a freshman or sophomore or whatever, you're thinking about that one day before the season starts, and you show your fans what you have. And I think this is something you can share with your fans. You can share the emotions. You can share everything, once again, with the fans. So the players are very hyped. Now they got to do this and then concentrate on the game, so that's the tough part.
How do you do that? I'm trying to picture how that would go if you're Kyle, and especially the guys who've been there a while. Like, how do you just kind of compartmentalize what just happened and try and corral Lonzo Ball?
It's tough. I've never been through it, so I don't know. But this is why guys are professionals. They know how to compartmentalize. They know how to separate the instance. They know how to move on to the next play and not dwell on the last play. So this is something totally different, but it's similar because you do have to move on, and I think the players are willing to do that.
All right, so let's talk about that moving on, because the Raptors went 17-5 without Kawhi Leonard last season. That win percentage, I did the math, 773. That projects to about 63 wins over an 82-game schedule. Why are the projections nowhere near 63 wins for this year's team?
Because there's no Kawhi Leonard. And, and you put me on game last year talking about he had another level to go to. And
right.
When you have a player like that, regardless of how the game is going, regardless of what happened the game before, you have a Kawhi Leonard who can go in there and make a game-winning play on the offensive end, defensive end. So that shapes the whole dynamic of the game, opposed to, you're playing in a game, you're playing one team that may not be that good through the course of the season. It's just so unpredictable. But when you have a Kawhi Leonard, you can guarantee you have that one player that can win a game and can help your team
offensively
win
and defensively.
Offensively and defensively.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's the crazy part about it.
Were you surprised he went home?
No. I mean, it seems like when he
Did you feel that way the whole time, though? Because there was a moment.
Yeah.
I mean, you were convinced the whole time he was going.
No. It was a moment where, it starts shifting like, oh, man, and you start seeing him react a little bit differently to his team. You start seeing things open up a little bit, and then you just never know. But he's one of those guys that everyone knew from the beginning is very hard to read. And leaving San Antonio, the Clippers was the one team you heard about over and over and over again. So once it came to the end again, the outcome, it wasn't surprising once you think about it.
Sid and I kind of disagreed on what Danny Green meant to this team. He was obviously really good in the regular season. He struggled with his shot in the postseason. But the one thing that I know he brought game in and game out was his intelligence and his defense. Can this team be as good defensively without Kawhi Leonard and without Danny Green?
It's going to have to take a collective effort, right? It's going to have to take a lot of strategy. It's going to take a lot of concentration because you have two top-notch defensive players, especially with Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard's one of the best we've ever seen two-way players. So, and Danny Green, he brought that element. His shot, he did struggle. But when you do have other players, they have to step up. And the one thing we forget about as media, fans, and other people, we forget about the people that are already on the team. They go through the summer improving. They go through the summer wanting to earn that next spot. They learned a lot. The Raptors, the current Raptors roster, they have so much more experience now. The younger guys, they want that opportunity. So we can't always try to look at the next free agent or the next person to come. We have some players here now that went through the championship experience that's so valuable. So we got to make sure we lay our hats on those guys and get ready for them to perform this year.
Right.
We just saw a shot of OG Anunoby warming up before the game tonight. We all know. Do you need any more tissue, by the way? Are you good?
Maybe.
Good.
I mean,
Alvin Williams, again, for those just joining us, raced over here with a great force to join us on this set. Was teeming sweat when he sat down. God bless Alvin. We appreciate him. OG Anunoby, the year last year.
track at Germantown? Is that
Germantown Academy.
Yeah, there you go.
10th
It
grade.
showed, it
10th
showed.
grade, I ran track. I was a triple jumper.
Triple jump.
So was I.
Yeah.
6-0.
Everyone laughs at us.
They
Who's
do, don't
laughing
they?
now?
Exactly.
Who's laughing now, Alvin?
Me.
You should try it sometime. It's very difficult on the knees. It's like Zion. OG had a tough year last year.
Yeah.
He's got a real opportunity. Tim was just mentioning before you got here. He's got a real opportunity. What kind of a year do you anticipate from OG Anunoby? We know his defense is there. What else has to grow for him to fill some void? You can't fill all the void with Kawhi, but some of it.
I'm looking forward to it. I saw him in the preseason last year against New Orleans. Pascal Siakam had a great game going at Anthony Davis. And OG, he was the second guy that caught my eye. He was making the outside shot. We all know about his athleticism. We know about his physicality. I'm excited to see what he's going to do. He's mature. He has the ability. He has the strength. And once again, he has the experience from watching. He watched last year, watched this run. He watched. And when you get an opportunity to really watch, that's another burning fire inside of you. You want to get out there. And I'm sure the competitor that he is, and all these guys are, I'm sure he's out there ready to prove it. But I'm really excited to see what he's going to do this year.
Yeah, we were just talking about it before you sat down. We might have been filling time because we were going to get to a pretty interesting commercial with Kawhi Leonard. But who do you think is the favorite? Vegas says Lakers-Clippers are the top two favorites to win the NBA title. Agree or disagree?
I mean, it's going to be hard to go against the Lakers, right?
Oh, yeah?
You got LeBron James.
They have a depth?
I think they have enough depth because they have someone like LeBron James who can play multiple positions. They have a lot of players that can play multiple positions. As long as they stay healthy, Anthony Davis scares me, right? Anthony Davis scares me. LeBron James showed some, mortality last year getting hurt, right? So he's not the Iron Man that he used to be. So if that team can stay healthy, I think they're pretty much a favorite. But that West is a beast. I like Portland. I like Denver.
Why are we not talking about Houston like that?
Because Houston is Houston, man.
Westbrook can play. But what if Westbrook buys in?
No, but we all know what he's saying.
But what if Westbrook buys in?
We all know what he's saying.
No, but listen, I kind of laugh in my head as I say it too, because he's not going to buy in, because he's Russell Westbrook. But what if he does? They become a beast.
Defensively, that team still struggles to me, right? And then when you have a team in today's game where it's predominantly one person handling the basketball, and the game is a lot of body movement, ball movement, shot opportunities for everyone. Houston is still James Harden dominating team. So that's going to be an adjustment that James Harden's going to have to make, as well as Russell Westbrook and the other players. So I just don't believe in them right now. I think they're going to be very talented. I think they're going to be entertaining. But I don't think that's a team to compete for a championship. That's a whole different level, that championship feel.
I feel like this is the most open the NBA has been for a while. And there's chemistry teams in Denver and Utah that really intrigue me, that I feel like can make a little bit of noise in a league where a bunch of people are going to be feeling like, what are the Golden State Warriors going to be? And now we're hearing that Klay Thompson might not play the entire year. That's what Steve Kerr said. That's what Steve Kerr has to say because of what happened to Kevin Durant on this floor last year. But, I mean, I have no idea who's going to stay healthy. And I think that there's depth in Denver and Utah that no one's talking about because it's Denver and it's Utah.
Yeah, exactly. I think those teams, the one thing I really concentrate on, Denver is the one team that didn't have much overturn. Like, you have some teams now that we're considering the favorites, but that molding aspect and that camaraderie has to come together for a championship run. You have to have health, you have to have camaraderie, you have to have luck. I think Denver is one of those teams that didn't have too much new players come in,
right,
and the younger players are going to get better.
Right.
So I think they have the best team chemistry right now. But once again, LeBron James has proven over and over again, if you put the right people around him, he can lead a team. Once again, do the Lakers have the right players? They have talented players. They have some experienced players. But once again, to your point, I think Utah and Denver are definitely dangerous teams. And once again, I like Portland as well.
Alvin Williams wearing the suit jacket. We're wearing the jackets. If you think we're soft, he also sprinted over here and may have worked up a little bit of a sweat.
2 world-class triple jumpers.
It's all good.
Alvin Williams, Sid Cicero.
Thank you, man.
Thanks for coming.
Sorry I was late.
No problem. Show up whenever you want. Time